Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening
Good
from
evening.
wherever you are tuning in or watching this on demand. Hello and welcome to Live Coding Happy Hour, or the
Finally.
finally, or the unofficial Live Coding Happy Hour.
Yeah.
It's a show where we demo without doing a demo. What I mean is we have a goal in mind and we are taking all of our skills and knowledge and try to put something together, and we see how far we get. Um, Unofficial, since we are trying to get live coding happy hour back again. ServiceNow is doing this live stream since 2016, weekly. Though since last year that changed a bit, unfortunately, and we're trying to get it back. Ishaan, are you happy to have live coding happy hour on the air again?
Yeah, I am very. So I was missing it actually. Creator toolbox and live coding happy hour, going about the drinks. And you also have, even though you're not live online with the team, but you still have your drink. It can be coffee if you're in the morning, or if you're in the evening, start with the beer or something. So it's always fun. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um, Before we get into the live coding, we have a tradition of doing introductions, and after that, we will share what we are having because it's live coding happy hour. So we have a beverage of our choice at our disposal, and then we'll get into the fun. Let's start with the introductions. My co-host for today, Ishaan, and our guest, who is driving the show, Ashutosh. Let's start with Ashutosh.
First of all, thanks for having me. And like I said, we are having live unofficial live coding happy hour officially now. So let's have fun. So I'm Ashutosh Munot. I am along with Mark 10x ServiceNow MVP, a certified technical architect, and a platform owner working out of Netherlands. Um, Presented multiple times in knowledge, have my own YouTube channel. You can see the name as well, Technology Voyage with Ashutosh, and one of the Dutch MVPs, right? Who keeps hijacking the shows, and this is also a kind of a hijack. Um, but thanks for having me, guys. Then I will pass on to Ishan like this.
So from that side, it's coming Mark on my screen, but I'll go
Omit
ahead.
Ishan.
So, so yeah, hello everyone. Myself Ishaan. I am a ServiceNow certified technical architect and 4x MVP. So I had, in the headline there, I had ServiceNow architect and MVP. But looking at Mark and Ashu, I have just amended that to 4x MVP. So I'm like a new MVP comparing to Mark and Ashu. And yeah, just here to have fun. I love working with the platform. I'm based out in Canada. I was previously 6 months ago I was in Australia and I've just moved to Canada to join my family. So yeah, just loving the things here, looking around and yeah, just let's see how things go.
My name is
Mark.
Mark Roethof. I'm an independent ServiceNow consultant now for 3 years. And before that, I was working at the ServiceNow partner in the Netherlands. And a 10-time ServiceNow MVP. Let's go around our drinks. What is your beverage of choice, Ashutosh?
I have orange lemon tea today because tomorrow we are going to celebrate Holi festival. So I have to be sober already. So I'm not drinking today. It's just a good tea, so I can go to bed pretty quickly.
Right.
Ishan.
Okay, so I've got Hendrix gin. I'm sure like everyone knows about it. So it was just like, there at my with me and I just got it. So I thought I'll have gin and tonic. What about you, Mark?
Nice.
I've got this, I don't know, Brewdog Session IPA. I have no clue what it is. But yeah, let's see. It's a special beer or something, I guess. So yeah, let's wait and see. If there's anyone in the audience also sharing a beverage, then yeah, just drop something in the chat. We're curious to hear. So yeah, with the beverages out of the way, we are ready, yeah, to embark on our journey. Ashutosh is driving the show today, while Ishaan is going to pay very good attention and ask extremely sharp questions.
Awesome.
Right? So Ashutosh, what are we doing today?
Oh, let me quickly share something with you. Okay. So what we are going to talk about is update set APIs, which are recently released as part of Yokohama. Before we proceed, I really want to say safe harbor, because we are also evaluating it. This is new. So whatever we say in this unofficial live coding happy hour might somewhat confuse you, but please don't get confused. If you have any questions, please reach out to us and we can get it sorted. But again, safe harbor. And then a quick agenda. I will talk about a history of update sets, like some difficulties based upon personas, because we have multiple architects here. We as ServiceNow MVPs also struggle a bit on these particular update sets and why we want to automate and deploy quickly. Then, yeah, Yokohama, what we got in Yokohama, a bit of a walkthrough about the APIs, and I will demo it, what I have done between two PDI instances, how you can basically move update sets between the instances. So before we jump into the demo, I want to just say that everyone is, I think 80 to 90% of people are still working with update sets. Me personally, I'm also doing a lot of citizen development within the organization. We have already adopted a lot of CICD APIs for app development. And we also have an in-house solution which we use to deploy update sets from one environment to another. But those are purely REST APIs which we have modified a bit, created our own setup, and did that. But still, everyone is using update set. Everyone likes update set because it's so easy to move things between the instances. And 90% of our app engine or citizen development audience is still also using update sets. It's an overhead, I understand, but that is also giving them some confidence to develop on ServiceNow platform. Everyone is asking for automated deployment, right? For update sets, how quickly we can move update sets. Or everyone was asking a question, isn't it, Ishaan and Mark? When update sets are going away, but they are not going away. They are here to stay, and hence I think ServiceNow has invested into these APIs and they brought these APIs. So in Yokohama, what ServiceNow did is they added one extra layer in the CICD APIs, which is update set APIs, which helps you basically to retrieve update sets, to see the progress of the retrieval, to commit the update sets, and to mark the update sets also complete. There are certain APIs for that as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you demo also in ServiceNow instance, but I'm also going to show you the whole chain in Postman. I have created a collection which gets the update set, which tries to get the progress of that update set, and then it tries to commit that update set. No, we will also walk through some negative scenarios because that is our goal. We want to go deep. We want to go and explore. Even if we fail, it does not matter. That's the reason we have this particular session. If you have any questions, please put them into chat. Ishaan and Mark will let me know, and then we can take those questions one by one.
Yeah, because
Before we begin, yeah,
it's also like we have all of these APIs now out of the box. We can get them up and running pretty quickly, I guess. But then it's also about what are you going to do with the process and tying the APIs together, right?
Yes, and along with that, if you are a regulated organization, you might also think of embedding the change management into this, because when you move an update set, how are you going to create a change? Because if you're regulated, if you're audited, then let's imagine if you do not
Yeah.
have change, if you're deploying something and something breaks in production, your change management will ask you where is the change for this deployment, right? So those kind of scenarios we will discuss. Also, uh, I'm going to show you two scenarios basically. One to pull the update set, and another is to push the update set. And that is where, Mark, we will cover your point. What's the process behind it, right? Because one instance can be your orchestrator, which can be production, or your dev instance, which is pushing the update set to test instance, then test pushes to
Right.
acceptance, and then towards production, right? So
Yeah.
we will try to talk about that uh, in some time as well. Without wasting time,
Time.
I'm going to stop my sharing. I will share something again. I just need to arrange few things pretty
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah. Ashu, like while you are doing that, like if
Yeah,
usually like, even when I go in and work on clients, right? Like we, tend to go down update sets. So like, I've worked with a lot of finance clients, banks and they have got like stringent processes, right? Where they have like app repo, you have to use app repo, and then we take some, then also like, I have been like taking exceptions and going down the path of update sets. So any thoughts on how, we can push folks to use these APIs and, not manually importing and exporting update sets, you know
yeah. So see, this is faster,
Mm,
right? If you have a process, automated process in place, it will help you to push update sets faster towards production.
mm,
So um, that is one of the best reason already to promote people to
mm,
use this, because right now what happens is, also in organizations maybe we are working with, is there is one central team for release management. We have to depend on them to deploy things, right? But if you build this particular system in such a way that you only need to do a 4i principle, just click on approve for the first time, and then the system will automatically schedule these deployments, it is already a big win. Because we have seen this in I'm using App Engine Management Center for applications. It is so smooth, it gives you so much flexibility, and we only have to approve, I think, couple of times, because when you move and from dev to test, you have to make sure that the review is done completely. Then
mm,
you go towards your production instances, right? And ATF instance can everything is embedded into it. These APIs will also allow you to do the same thing, and these APIs will give you more flexibility also to put evidences in place like change, ATF. You can actually run a specific ATF using CICD APIs. Those are separate APIs which we will not touch today, but that whole package we can develop as we want, and that's the reason I think we should push this more and more towards customers. And see, right now what we do is we manually click on update source, we retrieve the update sets, we preview it, then we click on commit. These
yeah,
APIs are doing exactly the same thing but within less time,
right.
and it's not human dependent, they are automated, right? So let's but great question, Ishant. I think, Ishan, it will help a lot of people also to understand why we should use this. But without wasting time, I have two instances. 272683 is the first instance, and then I have another instance which is 282979. What I'm going to do is, uh, I think I already created, I prepared a bit. But what I will do is I will create another update set for this demo. I will call it as unofficial demo 1, right? And you can see this application. This is my application, custom application, and I'm creating an update set in that custom application. The reason why I'm doing this, because this application is present in both the instances now. When I was doing it with global in past, a couple of days ago, I was getting an error that the global application is not present in both the instance because the CICD was different and it was throwing so many errors. And we can also demo that in a bit. Interesting, right? But yeah, I did face it. Then I will quickly go and create a simple catalog item as part of this update set. So let's say you guys can already see I have one like this. I will say
Unofficial catalog item.
We need to get a bell, like every time that someone says unofficial, we can ring the bell.
Receipt. Okay.
Ashutosh, there's a message for you in the chat. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, indeed. I did zoom it in a bit. Okay. So I created this catalog item. Let's go back to history, update sets, just to show everyone. Now this update set is in progress. We have 3 updates, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my another instance where I have already prepared a flow which is going to retrieve the update set and which is going to commit the update set. Okay. So the question which you asked, right, Mark, what is the process behind it? So my thought process now is that this instance which I am on is basically for me a prod instance. I want to pull the update set into this prod instance from my dev instance. Okay. Very simple, because at the end, your change management will happen on your production instance. Your request will be raised on the production instance.
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind, I'm going to, I have set up this particular pipeline. So if I go to flows, this is the update set, this is the flow which I have created, where you can see retrieve update sets and commit update sets. These 2 subflows are out of the box. Okay, you already have it out of the box. So what I did is I am only supplying the information to this particular subflows. Within these subflows, you have actions which are firing and taking care of retrieving the update set and waiting for a particular process. So for example, this particular action is responsible to retrieve the update set. And if I open this particular action, you will see there is an API which is triggered update set retrieve. Yeah. But now the confusion is here. So when I was trying this for the first time, you see here it is asking me for information. But I said that, okay, but we are going to retrieve the update set from another instance, not the 2726 instance, but from the 281 instance, right? So the trick is what ServiceNow says here is retrieve update set with update set source ID. So I have already defined an update source between both the instances.
Right.
And here we have to put the instance URL of the orchestrating instance, which is nothing but our production instance, or the instance which is going to retrieve the update set. And that's the reason you see this URL same as the instance URL. Initially, the confusion I also had was, okay, but I'm going to retrieve the update set from there. So should I put the URL for that instance? I did that and it failed. So sometimes it might get tricky, but please be careful about this. And this is the powerful thing. When I say this, it is powerful thing because you can have this whole setup outside of ServiceNow, which I'm going to show you from Postman. And then you can actually trigger these APIs without any flow, without any catalog item needed. If you are doing some things in your Azure DevOps GitHub, and if you want to trigger the APIs for update set movement from there, feel free to do that.
Yeah.
Then credential alias, everyone knows I have already entered my credentials between the instances. And then this is the update set source ID. This is again the update set source ID from this instance. So if I go to update sets source, if I open it, you can see it ends with 321, and then here if I go, it also ends with 321, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So the instance URL and the update source ID is from the same instance where the flow is created right now, or the orchestrating instance. And then I'm passing from a catalog item, I'm passing update set ID. I will show you it in a bit. These two checkboxes are very interesting because it says auto preview. If you want to auto preview your update set, you can do it. And clean up retrieved one. Sometimes what happens is many people go to the instance and they retrieve the update sets already. So if it's already retrieved, what this API will do is it will first clean it up and then it will retrieve it again. Yeah. Which is, for me, I think it's one of the best thing, because then you have the latest version of that update set coming from the source instance, right? Same information, like the instance URL goes into commit retrieve update set subflow. The interesting part here is we have to pass retrieve update set ID to this particular part, because in this part the output is, as you know, when we retrieve the update set, it goes into a different table and it's retrieved, and when you commit it, it goes into your local update sets table. Right? So there is that slight difference. So we need to be very careful with this, and this particular flow in the second step is giving us this particular ID. To show this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit a request for the update set which we just created. And just a quick recap, I have not closed the update set. It's still in progress, right? So what I want to show is, and that is one of our thing, I think very important thing is, if it is not completed, mark completed, what should happen? What happens with this particular part? What I'm going to do is then.
And one more thing just coming to my mind, Ashu, is like we saw cleaning, previewed update sets and other things, but is there also something related to some collisions that come up, error? Okay, we'll be coming to that. Okay.
Yeah, we will go into that in a bit. Okay. Before I do this, I'm just quickly going to go here. This is my catalog item. I just created this catalog item. And we can go bananas here. We can add so many information to this catalog item, like ATF test suite which you want to run, instance scan you want to run. You can do all those things and have a whole package. But right now I'm keeping it very simple. You can see I'm using this particular flow. I will order it. Once I order it, I'm going to quickly go here. You can see it's waiting now.
Oh.
Didn't I do it? Let me see. What I will do again is submit a new request, because anyways it's going to clean up the things which I have requested. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, now you can see it's running.
Oh yeah.
Here, this is the error because I didn't mark it as complete, right? So it says no update set available on this remote instance with IDs blah, blah, blah. If update sets are expected, make sure it says that maybe your credentials are missing or you don't have a proper ID. Now, to eliminate this error, what I'm going to do is go here and mark this as complete. And go back. Let me copy the CICD again. And I'm going to submit the request again. It's here. You can already see it takes some time, which means something is happening in the back end. Yeah, it's completed. Now you see one update set retrieved completed.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's also doing the commit. And it says update set committed successfully. To see this,
Nice.
what we are going to do is, let me quickly go to update set.
No,
Source,
Ashutosh, just
yeah,
to, it does say like it's committed, but does it also provide other details, perhaps about what was committed or how much
yes.
or?
So it says, I mean, it does not tell you anything about how many customer updates it had. Huh? It does not say that. It only says it's committed and it gives us the URL for the committed update set.
Okay.
Along with the statuses, but it does not say anywhere here that it had like 10 customer updates
Yeah,
or 20
okay.
customer
Okay.
updates. Now, I'm going to open this part, and here you can already see this update set was committed. If I open it, this is already there. Okay, now just to remove any other issues, you can already see this catalog item is present here, which we created in another instance.
Yeah.
Okay, so the main message is, if you automate it properly like this, see how quickly it is. You can also add approvals in place. So for example, you can go to your platform team needs to just verify what things are going to production.
Yeah.
Someone is not creating like 100 tables for App Engine. So the license part. So you can do whatever you want to do with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
APIs are so strong, it gives you much more flexibility.
Yeah, and then you're also jumping in the process, and yeah, that will be also for every company different, right? And if you're using change management or just stories or approvals or whatever,
Yes.
but then also the errors which are thrown, that you're building your error handling around
Yeah.
all of those errors. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an interesting question also in the chat. Like, does it also handle batch update sets?
To be honest, I have not tried it, but my assumption is because batch update set ultimately it's like committing multiple update sets. These APIs, or let's say there is a subflow also in place already, which helps you to commit multiple update sets in one go. So it loops through each and every update set, and it helps you to commit update set one by one.
Ah, yeah.
I was already trying something which I can show you. For example, this. Here you can see retrieve and auto preview multiple update sets. But again, batch update set, I have not tried it, but that is an interesting case which we can try now also. But maybe if we have time, we can try it at the end of this particular live stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this was about pull, right? We actually pulled it from one instance to another instance. But there can also be a push. So developers are developing in dev. They might want to push the update set from dev to test. And if they don't want to use, for example, if they don't want to use anything like go manually in test and click on update source and do it, they will not do it, right? And App Engine Studio is also like that. If you see the button in dev instance, you push it, it creates actually the record in your production instance and so on. So following that principle, I have created something which I can show.
Nice.
What I did is I also created update source in this instance, which is targeting to my, let's say, test instance. So now we will treat 2.7 as our dev instance and 2.8 as our test instance. What I will do is I will make some changes to this. Same, no, I will create one new update set.
Nice.
LCHH v2, for example. Oh, I can't do it in global. It will give me certain errors. So I will do it in my own custom application. Let's say 3.
Yeah, because that errors were about the CICD you mentioned, right?
Yeah, and I will show how the preview errors will come. So what Ishaan asked, the preview things, it will not commit the update set. So I created an update set now in this instance. I'm quickly going to modify some things here, like maybe add test view and save. Quickly, I will go back again to the update set just to show that there is something inside the update set to deploy. So we have this catalog item to deploy.
So if it's empty, it won't do anything. Like, just a question. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't.
will, it will not, it will still try to retrieve it, but it will not prove the things which I want to
Okay.
show now. Okay, now I created one UI action, and this UI action, what it is doing is it is actually triggering a subflow for me, and that flow is doing all the calculation in the backend. First, I will show you what it asks. So this is not necessary, but I created kind of a pop-up if you want to ask for the CICD, but I can code it properly and say that get unique ID and do this.
Mhm.
So
Developing a pop-up is more work.
indeed. So now this update set should ideally be deployed to the update set which sorry, the instance which I just showed, and that is this instance. So if I go to update set, sources, and here you can see it's already previewed, right? This is the update set which I created there. And if I open it, you will see the catalog item. So now this is push mechanism. Now let's go back to the source instance, and I will show you what I did in the UI action. So quickly going to the UI action, and this is very helpful for developers like us. Just click on the button, it will just go to the next instance. On the test instance, if you everything is fine, there we will develop another UI action which will say now move to another instance, and just again answering your question mark, thinking about the process loud in test instance. Once you do it, it will automatically also commit in acceptance and production. That pipeline you have to set up somewhere, or you can use the pipeline which you already have as part of App Engine Management Center. Very straightforward, but we have to put some efforts to create that whole circle and
Yeah.
governance properly. So if I open this, you will see it's pretty simple. I have created the prompt. I have hard coded few things here with my credential IDs and all those things, but at the end, I am triggering this particular flow,
Yeah.
right? So if I go to that workflow studio, this one. Executions, just to show you. So this is something which we triggered now, few minutes ago. The time is showing in different time zone, but here you can see it has triggered from this instance 2726 instance. I have given the instance URL like this, which I explained in the beginning. It might
Yeah.
be confusing.
Yeah.
So basically the idea is you have to give the instance ID, this source update set source ID and instance URL for the instance where you want to pull it. Yeah, where you
Mhm.
want to pull it, even if you are pushing
Yeah.
it. In this case, I have clicked the button in 27 instance or my source instance, but it actually got triggered from the destination instance. And in the first case, it was like pulling. In this case, it sent a message, and that instance actually pulled it. So please don't get confused.
Yeah.
Be very careful with this. Sometimes you might get errors in the beginning, but you will eventually know this.
Nice. So this is almost like, going to the door and saying, "Hey, hello, like, you got a delivery. Just pick
Yeah,
up your update set." So,
indeed, indeed. So and then all the information is basically same. The interesting part is this wait until tracker completes. I will open this subflow and I will show what exactly, basically what it does is ServiceNow also added an API for checking the progress of the tracker in the backend, checking the job basically if it's completed or not. And the API I want to show you is this SN underscore CICD progress. Yeah. And then this is the progress ID which you are getting from the retrieve keys from the first action. Now this was something which was very happy. Now, like I said, you can also do this from outside of ServiceNow. So what I did is I created a collection in Postman. Again, this might be a bit small. Let me try to zoom it. Oh, in
just
Postman, zooming it is,
Control Z, just maybe, or
it's not
Command Z.
happening.
No, it's not. Yeah.
No, 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 no. View? I don't know. We'll have to, oh, view. Zoom in, maybe one more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So again, same instance. What I'm going to do, the main motto of showing this is the preview errors. So when you have errors, what happens? What I did is I have set up a collection, which is retrieve update set, wait for it to get complete, and then try to commit it, right? And you can run this whole collection in one go. Uh, Again, main goal to show this is to have more control over your APIs and run it as a whole package. Same like the subflow and the flow which I showed. What I'm going to do then is quickly go here. I'm going to run the whole package. So it started running. And now here you see it says, okay, I found the update set. I tried to retrieve it. So I got 200. Okay, it's progressing. Again, 200. If I click on this, I get these details that it is pending to retrieve. If I click on this, it says, okay, 100% completed. And then if I go here, it says retrieve update set not found. Why? Because the progress worker, there might be some errors already present. There might be, so here you might see I don't have the retrieve update set ID, which is actually necessary to pass to the next action. Then to fix this, let's do one more thing. I'm quickly going to go back here, update set. This one I want to deploy now. Where is my update sets? Okay, this update set. I'm going to mark it as complete because I know this way is going to give me some errors. I'm going to copy the sysID of this. I think this is what I was using, but let me see. Yeah. I will rerun the pipeline because I marked the update set as complete. Again 200, 200, and this. Now this is the live coding happy hour. I'm not able to reproduce the issue again because what I want to show you is what you asked, Ishaan, basically the errors.
Yeah.
So here, if you see now, I know that there is an error, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It is not going to commit. So just to make sure that I'm doing things right, I will rerun it. It is still not giving me things which I want. And if I do it because I have created the maybe it's failing here. Let me see. Send progress variables save. Yeah, okay, at least this is there. Yeah, I'm not getting, I'm not able to reproduce it, guys. Sorry. But what it shows is, what it will show is basically it will say that there are some preview errors which you need to take
Right.
care of, and I can't commit it.
Right.
Uh, so that is how it is. Live coding always fails.
But
Yeah.
if we would get that error message, then in our flow we could just yeah, create our error handling, or yeah, just how you want to handle it within your company.
Yeah, indeed. But I will try one more thing and let's see if we can get it. I'm going to put it here, run
Right.
it one more time. Yeah,
Phil is
this is what I was
asking.
saying.
Yeah.
This is what I was
So
talking about. So it says
Okay.
409 and it says failed. I'm not able to commit it because the remote update set has unresolved preview problems. So basically, then you can have a task created for your central team or or the person
admins.
who is trying to
Yeah.
request it to resolve the issues, and then you can commit it. So
Oh,
I
nice.
think this is very powerful. This gives you a lot of control over deployment. Um, and to be honest, we were doing it using other kind of APIs already, but it's too much overhead. And when I look at these APIs, it gives me so much flexibility to play around. And I'm definitely going to implement this within the organization. It is going to solve a lot of problems.
Yeah. I think the other thing I liked here is so talking about how app repo thing works is like, let's say we are working in a particular application, and this is like we are picking and choosing what is going in which instance, like from dev to test to product, right? So
Yeah.
basically we are picking and choosing the update sets of our own choice. But let's say if we commit a app, basically everything goes, and sometimes
Yes.
that is what we don't want, right? So this to me looks way better. And also that developer, we procrastinate. Okay, I have to do the deployment. Oh, that takes away a bit of that pain as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And um, of course, there is stashing for the app deployment,
Yeah.
but people might forget it. And having this in place and right from dev or right from production already gives you a huge flexibility, in my opinion. And I saw Phil saying peer review. Of course, I said it right. You can go bananas with this. You can add
100
how
approval.
you say an approval layer in between where people can approve this particular process when it goes beyond test. Between dev and test, I don't want any. Uh, at least we need to give flexibility to people to move from dev to test so they can test their things in test instance. But beyond that, definitely there should be approval in place and change control in place.
Right.
And all these APIs are now part of the SN CICD.
Indeed.
So what do we have more in there now?
A lot.
What does it all consist of? Yeah.
And the basic thing is, for me, there are developers which I still need to explore, by the way, and maybe we also need to do that in maybe part 2 of this stream, is how can you ask for multiple update sets along with an order of that update set and only deploy it in an order. Right now, I have not seen that here. But here you can see, if you go to now, and then if you go to, oh, I think it's here. CICD, help me, guys. Yeah, here.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have this. So basically, you can commit multiple, and then if you click on this, it accepts comma separated list of the update sets. Then we can also create an update set, preview an update set, retrieve an update set, right? And here you don't see anything with the progress worker, which I showed, because it's a separate API. Now, if you look at the flows, how many flows do we have, or subflows do we have? If you go to this particular application, you might already see, maybe I will quickly put update here. You have a lot of things available. So you also have backout update set API flow available. You have complete multiple update sets, retrieve multiple update sets. One thing which is also very important right now, whatever I showed you was with respect to update set source ID, but there is also update set instance ID. Now, what is instance ID is basically, I'm going to show you here. If you go to update set, if you click on update source, then you have this instance ID field. So you can also use this to retrieve update set and commit update set. And that is, you can see it here, retrieve update set with instance ID. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
No, we can't merge update sets. Sorry. So we can't do that. Yeah, you also want manual action, install plugin. Yes, sure. I think Earl and Andrew are in the call. They are listening, so they might, because I know Andrew is part of product team. So
AI agents,
yeah, yeah, they can do it. True. But these are the things which are available out of the box. So please do not try to reinvent the wheel. Use this and try to achieve your goal. I'm definitely going to try this and help a lot of customers with this. I took some insightful ideas now for the next video, maybe that the batch update set we can try to explore it, and then also deploying multiple update sets, because here you can already see that it runs for, so basically this flow is the same flow which I showed you, but here it takes the comma separated list of update set, or an array of update set, and for each update set it runs the whole process. But the question is, when you create a multi-row variable set on your catalog item, it does not give you the same object type which is supported for this. When you try to move it from another, like I was trying here, where is my flow? Like this, I was trying here. If you look at this, this is object where I have my update set store, but it does not accept it here because this is array of string. So we have to figure out those kind of things. But for now, I had this much. And I think it's a lot already. There is a huge potential for everyone. So my recommendation is, please feel free to use it. And maybe already a shameless plug. Watch out. There will be some videos coming out in detail about this as well.
The shameless plugs will come in a few minutes, Ashutosh, so no worries. But yeah, this is really interesting because I did read about the APIs and I tried them with REST API Explorer, but I didn't see the subflows before. And that's really interesting. And now also just thinking about like these APIs are part of SM CICD, but in that same, you have all the InstaScan APIs, etc. So
Yes.
probably we can just tie them together and create a
True.
nice process of this. So yeah, that's really
Yeah.
nice.
And we also have ATF APIs already, and that is the
Oh,
reason
yeah.
I said like you can run specific ATF only for your user story, which is already a huge win. Because as part of App Engine Studio, what we are doing currently is we need to run the whole App Engine suite for that because we can specify the suite which we need to run.
Yeah.
But with this process and the flexibility of this CI/CD APIs, we can do a lot of things. One thing which I missed at the beginning is now I did everything with admin, but there is one CI/CD, there is one role, administrative role for these APIs which you can use. Um, it is called as, if I'm not right, it
Main.
is sn_cicd dot automation. I can check for you, but there is some role
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
we
that's
can
a
use.
good. Yeah, that's also a good one because at most customers where I'm at, they just throwing the admin role against this. While that's so unnecessary and a potential security uh, issue, of course.
I think this one, but again, I can also check CICD because I was, yeah, it should show me immediately now. This one, yeah, sys CI automation role. So if we have this role, we can use these APIs.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Great.
So we'll keep an eye out on your next videos, and yeah, I guess we'll
We can do V2
also.
of this stream.
Yeah, I think we will, and then also tying multiple of these APIs together across update sets, ATIs, InstaScan, etc. Because this is really interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the things to try is also the batch update set. Like if that can, don't see that there, but
Yeah, something
True.
something to try. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashutosh. This was really nice.
Thank you.
Let's rate our drinks on a scale from 0 to 5 on quarter points and on a quarter point bonus if we had success. Ashutosh, let's start with you.
I did finish it, but I will not rate it 5. It was just a tea, so 3.
So I am like 5.
Ishaan.
It's one of my favorites, Hendrix. So yeah, but still going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had this Brewdog Winman session API. I don't know, it was okay, 3.5 or something. But at the at the same time, I grabbed something else. Kreta Raki Meli. So it's Raki from Crete with honey and cinnamon, and it was really good. A 5.
Awesome. Great.
Do we have some announcements?
Indeed. I think Yokohama, as we were speaking about Yokohama, the AI agents are available. They are already here. So please try it. And I think a couple of days ago, Caroline and CJ were in the
On the
launch.
yeah.
So please, if you guys have not seen it, go watch and enjoy, because that was one of the best video I saw in last week. I really liked it.
Oh, nice. Other announcements that we have.
I think one of the big announcement is knowledge. Can we say?
Only 53 days away.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and if people didn't take their Delta mainline exams yet, do it. Don't wait until the last day, even that you have until April 30. Do it a bit earlier. Yeah.
Indeed.
Some shameless plugs for Ashutosh.
Creator.
Yeah. And this one for Ishaan. The link is in the bottom, the link tree URL. And this one for myself. So yeah, scan the QR code and that's it.
Indeed. And I just saw a comment from Earl that there's something you need to do next week for CreatorCon swag. And Phil says CreatorCon sessions. So the library is out. You can favorite it, but I think you can't still book it, your sessions for knowledge.
Yeah.
So please have a look at it. So at least favorite it so you can easily book it next time.
They get filled out pretty soon, as soon as it opens.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, the last one, that's just for our next show, and that will be in 2 weeks. And then Dhruv Gupta is driving the show as our guest. So yeah, add this to your calendars, and yeah, then we'll have more fun.
More fun, indeed.
Yeah, and that's it, I guess.
Okay, thanks for
Thank
having.
you, everyone. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.